2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. It's East versus West here in Milwaukee. The Bucks hope to put on a show for this home crowd. Brent, we've got great front courts in this matchup. Since you played, both forward positions have evolved and become a little bit different.
Do you ever think, Kevin, about some of the great players in the 80s and 90s that had the skill set to do some of the things that we're asking of today's players?
Good point.
That might have been great. And I'm thinking like guys like Detlef Schrempf that were out there and doing things where people said, 6'11" guy getting away with that. Well, now every 6'11" guy is getting away with those skills.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. Murray and Harris, the guards. And it's Beasley in at the 3 slot.
Like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
And Lopez throws it down.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Down low, and Millsap slams it in.
Just continuing to develop an overall game that was evident coming into the league. Gary Harris getting better at spotting the open man.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Beasley with the steal. Here's Harris. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And pushing it up. Here's Denver for 3. Murray. Bledsoe with the rebound.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
The Bucks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
You think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you in transition. He's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms. He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Now here's Millsap. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Millsap's got his second basket. Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
Well, once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And so it's Milwaukee with it, trailing by 5. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Middleton. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
Beasley with a clean look. A shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Well, guarding Antetokounmpo is really difficult because of how awkward he can get around the floor and how much space he can take up.
To the paint, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
1:14 left in the first quarter. Outside for Murray. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Murray's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, if Murray can do that and become a threat from the three-point line, look out.
Up the floor. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. Bucks trail by 8. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. Good on the shot. Antetokounmpo's got 7 points in the game.
He's a hard guy to guard everywhere on the floor, but more than anywhere else, Giannis can get you in the paint. That's where he lives.
And that one's good, Jokic.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Bledsoe. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Middleton. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, Chris Middleton is such a versatile scorer, and because he has the ability to put the ball down on the floor, sometimes defenders are not as willing to close out to him, but last year was in the 74th percentile in spot-up jump shots. He can be devastating from there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And the second free throw, good.
Chris Middleton has worked his way back and come a long way, the former second-round pick becoming a consistent starter in the league.
Here's Barton. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And the foul on Will Barton. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Thomas checked in for Morris. Second free throw, no good.
And the missed opportunities for them at the line here early on.
Plumlee, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, beyond the physical stuff, what I like about Giannis right now is the feel for the game. That time, great timing defensively. No defender is going to have a shot against that kind of play. He's just too tall to stop that close to the rim.
And the dunk by Lyons.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many, something he discussed before today's game.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor, but that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
And I felt like in that first period, the difference really was their ability to execute offensively.
Yeah, so you move the ball around, you move your guys around, then you find good shots. That's a healthy recipe to build a good lead.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Thomas and Barton are their backcourt. Plumlee out there with Lyons. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3.
Open up the floodgates and let Giannis run through. What a joy to watch him in transition.
Outside Thomas. No good that time. Good D by Lopez. Bucks trail by 4.
Really crushing the glass last season were the Nuggets, 7th overall in the league in rebounding and 2nd in offensive rebounds, which created a lot of second chance opportunities.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed Senator Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown." That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game. He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, DA. Timeout called the Bucks. And talking about the Nuggets, they've been a good rebounding team now for a while.
Yeah, top 10 in the league over the past 7 seasons. Not a lot of people talk about their rebounding prowess, but the boards are one of those sneaky places where they can get possession and control the game a bit.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Tony Snell comes in for Chris Middleton, and George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. Harris kicks to Murray. The Nuggets moving the ball around. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
Love the floor spacing with this offense because Jokic at the center can move the ball just about anywhere you want. Now he's attacking the paint.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points in the quarter. Denver in the lead. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Lopez with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo. Rejected by Harris. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Harris finds Millsap. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You look at Paul Millsap's career and just how much has changed from being the role player in Utah and scoring around the basket to becoming part of that great run in Atlanta where he expanded his game to the three-point line. Now that scoring and that rebounding is a huge part of what they need here in Denver.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Wide open look here for Murray. No good on the quick three. And talking Millsap, you really do know what you're going to get from him year in and year out.
Yeah, it's super consistent, and it goes beyond the stats. He plays with great passion. He's tough. He wants to win basketball games, and that desire shows up every night. The interesting thing is about Paul Millsap being a carrier for this ball club. It's a role he's still getting used to.
Murray against Hill. Down low. Here's Lopez, and it's sent back by Jokic. Pass to Murray. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Offensive rebound. Out to Harris. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Over to the wing. Millsap passes to Jokic. 4 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. And so Hill bring it up for the Bucks. 6-point game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the basket by Harris.
Harris does a good job forcing himself past the defense on that drive to the interior.
Timeout called the Bucks. And such a great shooting stroke for Gary Harris. Brent, starting to become a guy who can create as well for others.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has a score-first mentality, but he's capable of doing that, and he's really about the team. He really does whatever it is that the staff is asking of him. He's surrounded by some good young talent, and he seems to fit right in with everything that goes on top of the responsibilities that Mike Malone gives him.
Bucks trail by 8. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Snell kicks to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 5. And the double up Antetokounmpo. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Nuggets leading by 8. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain, close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
Millsap dishes to Beasley. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Wilson. And it's sent back by Jokic. He got it up. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
You like to finish things on a positive note, and he times that one beautifully.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. Some incredible work in this one by Nikola Jokic. He had 12 points, 3 steals, and 4 blocks. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling the paint. Shaquille O'Neal.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it for us here, the second half of action.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Milwaukee, and the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Bucks, Snell and Giannis on the perimeter. Olsen out there with Wilson, and it's Hill in at the 1 spot.
Well, with Jokic, even the organization admits when they drafted him, they did not envision this kind of production. I mean, really has been off the charts. You think about the trade that they made to clear the way for Jokic to be the defined center, and what he's done with that. His team has been off to the races offensively with the way he handles the point center position.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Milwaukee. Harris against Bledsoe. Harris finds Beasley, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And talking about Jokic, even his teammates are in awe, Brent, of his playmaking.
Yeah, even the veteran Mike Miller said last year that it's made the team so hard to guard because it's a weapon really that no other team has. And of course, we've seen great passers, Marc Gasol, DeMarcus Cousins. They have the ability, but the offense is not structured around the things that Jokic can do.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
A little bit each year, Giannis gets fouled at a higher and higher clip. That shows about how much more aggressive and how much more confident and how much more usage he's had through his first few seasons.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Jokic doing a better job there of using his body inside and getting the angle, then finds his way to the line.
And he makes both free throws.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
Now 6'10", 250 pounds. That's a big man out there, and he uses his size to draw the contact there. Nice job by Jokic.
Good on both. And Jokic, Greg, said he was a fat point guard until he got taller.
Well, even now, Kevin, Jokic, not the most chiseled physique, but the point guard background makes sense. His playmaking for a center is off the chart.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Here's Lopez, banked in off the glass.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low. And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads.
Thomas checked in for the Nuggets. Lopez, and it's good, 2 points. Lopez has got 6. We see more and more teams looking to push the tempo. Is that just a fad, or is this going to be a long-term thing?
Well, if I can play against any defense that has no ability to set up where they want to be or have the matchups with the players they want to have, Kevin, I'm going to look to take advantage. And if that happens in the first 5-6 seconds with one pass, so be it.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And it's been a tough past season and a half for Isaiah Thomas. Traded from Boston to Cleveland and then once again traded to the Lakers. Rare to see a guy get traded twice in a season following an MVP caliber performance like he had back in 2017.
And good off the lead pass that time. He's got 6.
All keyed right there from the lead pass, right on the money.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated.
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again maybe this season.
Thomas, it's a wide open look, and it's off from three-point range. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Thomas deciding where to go with it. Over to the left wing. Hernan Gomez. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Hernan Gomez has got his second basket of the game.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Timeout called, the Bucks. And for Isaiah Thomas going into free agency, what he thought might be a big payday opportunity was, Greg, anything but that.
A few years ago, he was talking about backing up the Brinks truck and had to take a deal to prove he can still play. It has had a tumultuous past few years, but this deal could work out for the team if he can get back to form.
DJ Wilson, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, a 4th turnover there. That's just a rough, sloppy game.
The Nuggets leading by 16. Barton kicks to Thomas. To the middle. Here's Plumlee. The kick out to Barton. It's Thomas outside. The rebound by Middleton. Middleton's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
12 seconds left to play in the third. And Thomas, here we go. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Thomas passes to Lyles. Barton, wide open, he fires, sinks the three-pointer. Barton's got 5 points so far.
And you can see how dangerous that catch-and-shoot game can be. Will Barton continues to impress.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Denver on top, up 19. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline.
Just keep running. Keep getting stuff. The offense will come.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Thomas and Barton are their backcourt. Plumlee out there with Trey Lyles. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3, the small forward.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. From deep, Thomas nailed from three-point land. And the Nuggets lead by 20.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Barton. Unhindered, going all the way. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
Really good job from Barton there to swing the ball over for the easy shot. Good vision on that play.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And there's a whistle. That goes on Hernan Gomez. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. 4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And the layup's good off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 11 points here in just the second half.
See the way Giannis kept going and kept his eye on the basket? That helped.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. For 3, Murray.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. He's picked up by Millsap. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Floats it up for Jokic. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Got a piece of it. Antetokounmpo, no good.
Yeah, and the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
Last season, Brent, the addition of 2-way contracts. Does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal.
Yes.
We're almost close to the 30 for 30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
And Paul Millsap, a four-time All-Star in Atlanta. Greg, as we know, he missed most of last season after left wrist surgery.
A big loss after just signing that mega contract with the Nuggets. I mean, he's a lot older than most of their core, but a great fit in their front court and obviously one heck of a player. And with time becoming a factor, that may do it, guys.
Well, leads are not given. They are earned, playing with desire and attention to detail all night.
Here's Harris. That one a little long.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Denver.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jokic.
Well, the tone was set by him defensively tonight. Recorded a number of blocks, and that was a big difference maker, intimidating the other team.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Well, the long arms of Middleton getting up there on defense and throwing that one away.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Now, the team came in fired up from the opening tip. You could see the focus. They're ready to do battle.
Bledsoe finds Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. From downtown, Denver grabs the miss. Lopez with the steal. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Bledsoe. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. Here's Lopez. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting for Milwaukee, Brook Lopez.
That free throw missing.
2 shots.
And he's good on the second. The Nuggets on offense. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
A little bit of hustle, a little bit of energy. Jokic right now pounding the offensive glass and not quitting on these possessions.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. So it'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting. It's on Gary Harris. That's good from Antetokounmpo. And it's Millsap with the ball for Denver. Here's Jokic. Murray dishes to Beasley. Down low, here's Jokic. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the match.
2K Sports pregame.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
"2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Philadelphia. It's the home, and with pregame routine.
Well, guys,
with that. Pump fake, he can get to the free throw line too, DA. There's just no answer. A rare treat tonight, C-Web, the marquee matchup between two of the